Let me introduce our key speaker here today, Dr. Cornel West, who is one of the great scholars of the United States, not just an African American scholar, but a great scholar who's going to tell you all the importance of what we're doing here today. Thank you very much.
What a blessing to be here. Occupy Washington, D.C. Occupy Wall Street, 1,000 cities in 82 countries. We on the move, y'all. We on the move, but I am blessed to have with me two towering artistic giants. They were my friends, they're my brothers. I've been blessed to actually be on their album, but they scraped the barrel and put me on there, and I appreciate that. But I'm talking about Raheem Devon, DC's own Raheem Devon, living like it's bulletproof, love and war, masterpiece. Now I got his radio show, and then there is the Funketeer, the genius, the one and only Bootsy Collins, Bootsy Collins! And they wanted to be here because if you listen closely to their music, you'll see the relation between the funk and the struggle for justice, between the soul and the struggle for freedom. It goes hand in hand. I'm sorry. Is that right to y'all? I'm talking about John Coltrane's The Love Supreme. I'm talking about Stevie Wonder's Love and Anita Love. I'm talking about Marvin Gaye. What's going on? I'm talking about George Clinton, One Nation on the Groove. And we can go on and on and on, but I'm just so very blessed to have them here. I want to thank Brother Kevin for his work and Sister Morgan. Where's Brother Kevin? Where's Brother Kevin and Sister Morgan? Give them another hand. And a whole lot of other people. Whole lot of other collective and collaborative activities.
Leaderless movement and leader-filled movement. So it's a lot of people.
Leaderless and leader-full. I like that, brother. Definitely. But I was thanking you for the introduction to it.
You can just maybe scoot up that way and introduce yourself.
Yeah, great. But I want to salute each and every one of you all, because you know that we are now in a new moment. Yeah. Oh yes, we're in a new moment. You see, the right-wing hegemony is slowly but surely passing away. Yeah. It's going to be over. Fox News is going to be over. It's passing away. Oh yes, corporate greed is now exposed here and around the world. It's time for the greedy oligarchs and avaricious plutocrats to slowly pass away and allow those stone-cold everyday people to step forward. And anytime everyday people straighten their backs up, they're going somewhere, because folk can't ride your back unless it's bent. Can't ride unless it's bent. And we talking about every color, every culture, every sexual orientation, every religion and non-religion. Yeah, we got atheistic brothers and sisters, agnostic brothers and sisters. We got prophetic Mormon brothers and sisters. Give the Mormons a hand when they prophetic. Want to talk about corporate greed. Want to talk about democratic accountability of oligarchs and plutocrats. But we want to make the intimate connection between corporate greed on Wall Street and corporate greed in the military-industrial complex. With the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, with the dropping of the bombs on innocent folk.
That's right. Terror, shame.
It's a shame. It's a moral disgrace. We want to keep contact with the corporate greed in the prison industrial complex. What Sister Michelle Alexander calls the new Jim Crow. We're having a major gathering on Friday in New York City where they have a stop and frisk policy of 600,000 young brothers of all colors between 18 and 26 are pulled over, but 83% are black and brown and only 1.8% are arrested. That's called police harassment. It's called police surveillance, and we're not going to put up with it. We're not going to put up with it. And this Occupy movement is a holistic movement. We're concerned about corporate greed in the corporate media complex. where we get a truncated discourse between mean-spirited Republicans and spineless Democrats. We want a robust discussion. We want to begin with the poor children. 22% of our children of all colors living in poverty in the richest nation of the history of the world. That's a disgrace too. And 42% of our children of all colors living in or near poverty. They are 100% of the future. Occupy DC, Occupy Wall Street. We love the children too. That's why we're here. Concerned about the elderly, concerned about the widow, concerned about the stranger, the fatherless, the motherless, the poor, working people, gay brothers, lesbian sisters, the homeless, absolutely.
Say that.
Yes, our precious homeless. And we all inclusive too, because we keep track of every form of bigotry. We don't want any bigotry against our Jewish brothers and sisters, against our Arab brothers and sisters, against our Muslim brothers and sisters, against black folk, red folk, white folk. Yes, that's the kind of movement we're talking about. And we need to continue to grow and develop and present a voice and a challenge. And the mainstream media says, well, can you reduce it down to 1 or 2 demands? He said, we tired of your technocratic expectations. We don't have just 1 demand or 2 demands. We want a new world. We want what Martin Luther King Jr. called revolution. Oh yeah, that's what we want. Brother Martin meant what? Revolution and priorities. We got warped priorities. 1% of the population owned 40% of the wealth, and income growth went to 100% of the top 10% in this nation. And 1% got 81% of all the income growth in 25 years. That's nothing but greed, squeezing working people, rendering poor people invisible. How long did they think we would put up with it? We may have been born at night, but not last night. How long did they think we would be quiet? How long did they think we'd be complacent? How long did they think we'd be indifferent? No, new voices begin to come forward, and we should know, because Brother Bootsy and I, we old school. This brother's new school. We proud to be old school. I'm going down with Donny Hathaway. Oh, I'm going down with Aretha Franklin. I'm going down with Stevie Wonder. That's just the kind of brother I am. I'm going down with Marvin Gaye and Luther Vandross. I'm going down with the Funkadelics and Parliament. That's the kind of brother I am. I love me some Carole King and James Taylor too. Little Pearl Jam too. But that's the new school. This is the young people expressing themselves in their own way. That's right. And we got to listen. We've got to be critical because we're in it together. We learn from each other, but they do it in their own way. This is a new day. You all know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Isn't it beautiful to be part of a new day? Yeah. To look around the world and say, those /Stone Car everyday people are waking up. Waking up. 43 years ago today, something happened in Mexico City. Tommy Smith, John Carlos. Right. Y'all remember that? Yeah. Sent a world a message. Took tremendous courage to do that. They paid a major cost in their lives. I was just with Brother John Carlos on Wednesday in New York at NYU. He's got a new book out, The John Carlos Story. He was kind enough to ask me to write the foreword. I was blessed to do it. He tells a story about what he went through. And it reminds us, even as we are here coming together, finding joy as we revel in each other's humanity, there will be a cost that we'll have to pay. This is not a game. These major institutions around here have entrenched interests, and they're going to fight. They're going to lie. They're going to deceive. And maybe even some of us will have to die. But that's all right. Because there's a brother named Martin Luther King Jr. who was memorialized today. And he had to die because he loved the people enough. Yes, we love you, Martin. used to get up every morning and say, I got to put on my cemetery clothes and be coffin ready for the struggle, because the next wave of democratic battle gonna have something to do with American imperial presences around the world. In his day, it was Vietnam. In our day, it's Afghanistan. And he was trying to bring together poor people of all colors. And anytime you really love poor people, you better be ready to die. That's the kind of movement that we're talking about. Not for everybody, but at least that kind of spirit. And that's why the love is so crucial. This is a love movement. It's not about hating anybody. We hate injustice. We hate exploitation. We hate domination. It's not about hating anybody. But we love the children enough. We love working people enough. We love the sisters who are catching hell enough. We love the world enough, not in the abstract, but in the concrete, to make the sacrifice that you all have been making here day in and day out. 16 years ago, Minister Louis Farrakhan brought together 1 million chocolate brothers. 1 million. It's quite a day. A lot of it was misunderstood because he being so controversial, but it was very clear that he was telling them and us to straighten our backs up. You've been cannon fodder for the prison industrial complex too much. You got to grow, you got to mature, and down the line you have got to coalesce with all of those who are struggling. That's a moment in the history too. We want to acknowledge that no matter how critical we are or ought to be in that regard. Now I came here today not solely to be in solidarity with you, and really not so much even to talk, but I wanted to pay honor to Martin Luther King Jr. by getting arrested somewhere. That's why I came to Washington, D.C. Oh yeah, we had Temple of Praise this morning with Bishop Staples, my dear brother Bishop Staples. I wish you could have heard Bootsy Collins open his heart and talk about his life and the connection between the funk music and to get us to take off the mask and quit being so superficial and living on the surface and keep it real and free yourself. And when you free your mind, your something will follow. And I know they've got a magnificent memorial to our dear brother Martin Luther King Jr. But that stone in Martin, that symbol, could be a beautiful thing, but we know if Martin Luther King Jr. were alive today, he would be right here with us. He would be right here willing to throw down for justice. He would say, you can take your stone and mortar if you want to. I want to be in the flesh and blood because the love is still flowing, and I want to sacrifice in some way and let the whole world know we're not going to give up. We're not going to stop. We're going to stay together. We're going to struggle together. We're going to love together. We're not always going to agree. It's not about unanimity. We're going to be like a Duke Ellington jazz orchestra. Everybody got their own voice, and even Duke is not the conductor. He's just one voice among the others, but hit it, Gonzalez. Hit it, Johnny Hodges. Yes, that's democracy in action at the deepest level. That's what is so magnificent about OccupyDC. That's why Brother Kevin talks about leaderlessness and leaderfulness, and all of us together, one voice among others. One voice among others. So I'm blessed to be here, and I'm going to listen to Brother Kevin as to how best I can get arrested and anybody else who wants to get arrested just be able to bear witness to my brother Martin, to what you all are trying to do, and ensuring that.
Go to the emergency room and don't leave. They will arrest you.
Is that right? Which hospital, brother?
Georgetown.
Georgetown Hospital?
I'll go with you. I'll go with you.
We going to check it out. We going to check it out. Love y'all. Love y'all. Take it.